If my camera pulls out of focus one more time. Good morning. Bruh. Good morning, demigods. Today I have for you yet another story time. Before I even get into the story time, let's just talk about this look. This is the skim shirt, or one of the skim shirts that I ordered in my last video about preparing to go to LA and stuff. And I just got like a simple pink one and then a simple like nude color one. But I tried to be cute and set up my pink outfit with my red bedding. But the camera keeps pulling out of focus, so I may or may not move. But yeah, I need to get more skim stuff because a lot of it goes together and there's like pink pants that match this pink shirt. But I did not get it because I would have dropped too much money on that at once. So I may get it the next time I get paid. This story time is about the first time that I went to the club. I just turned 21 last month and I'm not a big partier, but I was like, I'm 21, I gotta drink, I gotta go to the club, I gotta do all that fun stuff. So I went to this club near my school called Sandbar. Me and my friends go there. One of my friends actually turned 21 the same day that I did. We're like twins from different parents, which is so cool. So I was like, we should go to Sandbar. Everyone else goes there, so let's go. I'm not a big party person, so a lot of people who go to my school end up going to Sandbar, like sneaking in, or they know the promoters, or they have fake IDs, and they get in. And I was not one of those people who had any connections with promoters, or I didn't want to get a fake ID or any of that. So I decided to just wait until God permitted me to go. And he permitted me to go on October 18th, 2021 and beyond. I decided to gear up and go, and me and my friends pre-gamed. We drank wine and what are they called? White. It was not White Claw. It was one of the little off-brand White Claws, like Bud Light Seltzer or something. We went after we pre-gamed, and as soon as we got there, it was like 10:45, and one of the annoying douchebag bouncers was like, you can't be here right now, you have to come back at 11. So we are like, it's literally about to be 11. But anyway, so then we walked over to this other dinner / bar place called Oasis, which is right up the street from Sandbar. And we went there, we ordered drinks for the first time ever. It was so cool to be able to order drinks from a restaurant. And we sat there until about 11:15 because we wanted like the full experience. A part of the experience of going to any club is like waiting in line. So we were like, let's wait until it's like 11:15, 11:30-ish so we can wait in line with people, see if we know anybody, all that fun jazz. So when we got back at 11:15, it was packed. And we were like, how did it get this packed? And we were just over here like 30 minutes ago. But we waited in line and literally it started raining. And there's like this little section of the line where it's like under a roof. And then everything else is like outside, just under the sky. So when it started raining, me and my friends were like under the roof area and we literally got rushed. I felt like I was in a Travis Scott concert because we got trampled, rushed, whatever you want to call it, because everybody was trying to scurry under the little roof section so they didn't get wet. It was a complete fucking disaster. And then it stopped raining after like 5 minutes, so everybody dispersed and got up out of everybody else's personal bubble. So then it took us a long time to get up to the bouncer. Excuse me. It took us a long time to get up to where the bouncers are so they could look at our IDs and let us in. And while we were waiting in line, there was a Four Loko just lying around and it was half empty. And my dumbass decided to chug it. It was someone else's. I think they had set it down like 2 minutes before and they weren't coming back. So I had just been eyeing it and I was like, they're not coming back, so I'm taking their Four Loko. Meanwhile, I already had wine and seltzer in my system. So I drank this Four Loko and instantly my stomach started churning. It felt like there was a roller coaster being had in my abdomen. From then on there, I was like, My stomach hurts, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because I'm at Sandbar. I'm going to go in. This is my first time. I'm grown. I'm 21. I can handle it. So when I got up to the bouncer, he was like, "Are you not 21 yet?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "It says 10/18/2000. That's November 18th, and it's October, like whatever day we went." And I was like, 10 is October, 11 is November. And he looks and he was like, all right. Like he was like winking at me, like letting me in just as a favor. Like, are you dumb? We have to get bouncers at these clubs who have more than like an IQ of 25. That's my like public service announcement to the clubbing industry. Please get bouncers and people who are checking people in who actually know how to count and who actually know the months out of the year, because that's pretty important to know if you're supposed to be checking people's ID to let them in or not. So after the bouncer did me a favor in his mind of letting me in the club so gracefully, as soon as I stepped into Sandbar, the humidity, the claustrophobia, just all of that nasty club that people experience set in. And I was like, this isn't really my vibe, because I'm really not a party person. Whenever it's like an occasion or it's my birthday or something, I'm more of like a let's go out to eat dinner or just like come to someone's house and watch a movie and eat snacks or something. So partying isn't really my thing. And I was like, I'm just kind of doing this just for the experience, I guess. But as soon as I got in there, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be coming here again. And on top of that, my stomach was still acting the hell up. Right before I got in, I was waiting for my friend. So I was just waiting on the side by them before I went in. And they took a long time to let them in for some reason, because they were like dealing with the situation. And whatever they were dealing with was serious, because while I was waiting for my friends to get in, the security guards had carried one of these boys out by his limbs. It was like three of them, two of them on his arms, one of them on both his legs, and was like carrying him out and literally actually tossed him. And I was just like, what? Like tossed him on the concrete like he was a rag doll. Like these bouncers at these little college clubs, they know what the they're doing, because I've been in other establishments and the security guards are not that rough. Why do you feel like you need to do that to someone who is underage? Like, why do you feel like you need to take advantage of that? That's wrong, and you know that you're wrong. With that in mind, and my stomach hurting, and the fact that I'm not really a party person, I'm like, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to see people get thrown out like a rag doll right in front of my very eyes. So after I saw that, I was still waiting for my friends. And then when they finally got in, we went inside. And then before I went inside, someone tapped me. He was like, you got to pay me $20. And I thought they were just making guys pay and girls not pay, because that's a very Miami thing. But other guys went in and they didn't have to pay. So I was like, I'm going to call my bank and dispute that. When we went in, my stomach was at its wit's end. And I was like, I can't be in here. Not while my stomach is hurting like this and all these people are touching on me and it's hot and stuff. So I took a little seat on the stool that was like on the door that was keeping the door propped open. And when I took a seat on the stool, another bouncer was like, you can't sit there. And then I had a drink in my hand that was an outside drink that wasn't from the club. And he snatched it out of my hand, because we're not allowed to have outside drinks or whatever. So all of that happened. Meanwhile, my stomach is still acting up, and I was made to get out of a seat that I was just sitting in to relieve my stress. And then I was like, I have to throw up. So I ran outside the club. I sat down. My stomach was preparing itself to regurgitate, and I threw up like 3 times on a tree right outside the club. Nobody was like paying attention to me. And honestly, I was very thankful for that, because the last thing I needed was like some half-drunk person trying to make sure that I was good or like patting my back. I was like, just leave me the alone. Let me get this out of my stomach and I will feel better. And I did feel slightly better, but I was like, at this point, I'm ready to go home. I threw up. Everything else that happened was just fresh on my mind, and I was like, I'm ready to go. So I texted my friends and I was like, guys, I know we've only been here for 5 to 10 minutes, but I am ready to go back home, get in my bed, and be prepared for class tomorrow. Because mind you, we went on a weekday. We went on Thursday because that's when this club is most live, because that's when girls get free drinks. It's called Thirsty Thursdays. And I had class in the morning. So I was like, I'm ready to go. It was like 12:30 because we had been waiting in the line for like an hour. And they're like, okay, well, we can go if you want. And which was very nice because I know some other people would have just left their friend and been like, I'm in here. We finna stay. So you make it home safe. But I was still drunk while this was all occurring. So I was literally like, I had no inhibitions. I was like, girl, I'm about to lay on the sidewalk. And my friends were like, no, you can't do that. They called the Uber and we went home. They made sure that I got to my room safe. And I laid in my bed and was spinning for about 5 minutes. And then I took all my clothes off, brushed my teeth, struggled to take a shower, and went to bed. And the next morning I was not hungover at all because I don't get hungover, luckily. Nobody in my family does. So thank you, parents, for that lovely gene. And that's the story of the first time that I went to the club. We did end up going back to Sandbar the other day, actually, and it was much more fun. We didn't have to wait in the line that long because we knew, girl, we got to get here at 10:55 unless we want to get back at 11:30 and be waiting for 2 hours. And I didn't drink anybody else's drink. They had sat down, and we had a great time. That's for another day because some stuff happened that day that I would also like to say for another story time. But thank you guys for watching this video. The holidays are coming up. I have some holiday content that I am preparing for you guys. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or whatever time you're watching this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.